There's no TV show like it.
Nothing, it's one of a kind.
Commit the trades.
I can't. These are people's pensions. Okay. Sorry.
Trades have been approved.
What was your first impression of Steel and what made you want to be involved?
Probably just the writing,
Yeah.
I think. For both of us, I think. The same feeling that you feel when you're watching it, the twist, the turns, the anxiety, the thrill, all of those things. It was so palpable in the scripts.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was very exciting.
Keep reading.
Yeah.
I used to work in a financial services office, very similar to the one in the show. And I used to think, being quite an anxious, paranoid person, what would it be like if it was the victim of a heist? What would it be like if, gunmen came into your workplace? And I thought, oh, that's quite a good idea for a show, because I think it's quite a universal sort of terrifying experience none of us want to experience. And I think that's like the key to making something people are going to sort of lean into.
How was that big scene with the robbery? How was that to film?
Fun.
So fun. Really fun because we didn't rehearse it. And so it was all of our kind of live reactions, and all the essays were so...
so good
they
and
were
committed.
so amazing. Sometimes there were a couple of takes going on. We shot that also over days. And there were some takes where maybe we were a bit tired or it was after lunch and maybe we would be a little bit out of it. And we'd look at each other, then we'd look at an essay and they'd be in floods of tears. And we'd be like,
oh,
come on,
shit,
strap back in, strap back in.
Yeah.
Everybody just set the tone of being so professional and so committed.
Did you feel like you were in Die Hard?
I
didn't, but now I kind of I see that
it.
in hindsight. Yeah. We kind of were in Die Hard a bit.
It's a modern Die Hard, that's what I thought.
It is.
So right.
Get on the marketing team. I remember watching you do a scene where we were in a flat where, that's a big spoiler.
Don't say it.
But she was just really amazing in it. She was. I remember watching you thinking, God, she's good.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That's a good tease.
I liked, I really enjoyed filming the club scene. Remember?
Oh yeah, that was the first thing we did, wasn't it?
No.
No?
No.
We done it a couple of days. When we were dancing downstairs.
Yeah, dancing downstairs.
Yeah, that was really fun.
And it was so fun because we were supposed to be all fucked up and gross and doing drugs and then
Oh, that scene,
Yeah,
that club
remember?
scene. I
And
thought you meant
then-
the pubs, when we were in the pub taking pictures.
No. Oh, that was fun.
That was
though.
fun as well, yeah.
But everyone was just going wild, and the longer we did it, the more outrageous people got with their performances. And at one point, I don't remember who it was, but one of our fake bags of drugs spilt on the floor, and then one of the guys just got down on the floor and started licking it up, and we were like, "Oh my god!"
Everyone was just really sending it. In a
Everyone
big way.
sent it.
Yeah,
It was
in a
so
big way.
fun.
There's another bloody layer. I need to know who they are.
Oh God, I don't know. I don't know what makes a good.
Well, I think for this particular one, the thing that was so exciting about it was that they didn't follow a formula. The idea of knowing who the good guys are, who the bad guys are, you're constantly guessing.
And your opinion shifts every episode.
Yeah.
You land on a different culprit every time. I mean, it left us guessing as well because we didn't get the last few scripts till during shooting, towards the end of shooting.
Yeah.
So all of us were kind of coming up with our own theories about who
didn't
it
know,
was.
yeah.
And
How does that change your process then if you don't know?
it was really hard.
In a big way, actually.
Big
it was
way.
hard.
It was really hard.
It was hard. I kicked up a fuss about it
Yeah.
in a nice way, being like, "Can I at least know some stuff about my character?" Is any because they kept saying, "Wait, there's a big twist with you." I was like,
Well, I really need to know
Is he a
it.
murderer? Can you tell me so I can think about that? Yeah, it becomes more difficult. You just have to kind of stay. It's one of those difficult things with TV. You have to kind of stay malleable, especially during every process is different. And when it's an ongoing writing process throughout shooting, you have to just stay open. It's difficult for acting, but it's
But it also made it quite exciting.
yeah,
I
it's part of
suppose.
it. Yeah.
I think the key is you want to feel like the world it's taking place in is real. If it's very heightened and very silly from the beginning, it's hard to feel the jeopardy because you don't really believe in the characters or the situation. So you want to come at it naturalistically and make the world feel real, the people feel real, make it feel like actually it's a documentary. And that's what's, for me, what makes a real thriller terrifying.
But have people play along at home trying to work out what the hell's happened. And then I think when you get to the end, when we deliver the kind of the punchline of who's really behind it, hopefully shows that have a really satisfying ending have kind of a longer life and feel less disposable.
People get so cross if it's a bad ending, don't they? They feel like they're so angry with you. So that has to be really good, and it is really good.
You're in the big league now. It's about the end game. And the million different ways you might not survive it.
I don't know if I approached it thinking like what I want the audience to feel. I just wanted her to feel so real. And I think like it's so boring when you have, you know, your lead in a show is just perfect and goody-goody and doesn't have these kind of skeletons in their closet. And I just wanted her to feel nuanced and complicated. And I think for those reasons you end up rooting for her because she is such a mess.
And the same for me. I think that, yeah, you want them to feel human and recognizable and relatable. And I think it adds to how terrifying it is when everything unfolds. You know, these people, you feel like you know them. I'm just thinking, I don't know why, it's like one of the very first lines that Zara says that for me she says so many other things that feel relatable, but when you say it's like, oh, this is where the nice biscuits are, it's literally the only reason I brought you in here.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, that just feels so yeah, it just felt so real and grounded, and just like you're sneaking into the nice one just to take a nice chocolate biscuit in the day. And I don't know why that set a tone for me. Just thought about that line.
Well, I think because like all the action starts so early, we like had to find those moments of like being human in there, and like our little interaction in the office as well. Like I was just so grateful to have all that
moments, yeah,
before it all kicks off. You know what? There was one location that Jacob and I can't remember the street that it was, but it was kind of like a night shoot walking down a really, really, really busy street. And we had a long lens camera and like everyone was just in it. Like all the public are just in the show. But it felt so real, and it actually really lent to like the performances, I think. And again, like it just made everything feel more authentic to be around like the people of London.
And Londoners just don't care. I remember
give a shit.
I went to the shop in costume covered in blood and no one batted an eye. Like no one, everyone was just walking past me. I thought, this is crazy. No one's asked me if I'm okay. But yeah, Londoners just don't care.